What up, what up, what up? It's your girl, Chrissy Slays, giving you a beat face look today. Happy New Year's 2020, y'all. So I just want to show you guys exactly how I beat my face. This is my New Year's resolution: good skin and amazing makeup. So I'm just showing you guys the primers that I use and how I just go about priming my face. Like, honestly, for me, the most important thing in makeup is priming, because when you're trying to have good skin, you got to make sure you have those layers of protection. And I use 3 different primers, like 4 different primers and a translucent setting powder. So you see, girl, you got to wrap yourself up because that translucent powder is messy AF. So I just take it after I've primed my face and pat it all over my face. So here's the thing about translucent powder and oily skin girls or guys: you have to do this step. So either if you're like me and you are oily and by the end of the day you literally look like you done ran a 5K run, I go and do a nice thin layer of translucent powder all over my face. If you're not as oily as I am, you just go ahead and put yourself some translucent powder where you have oily spots. But I say always use a little bit of translucent powder, because you do want your makeup to kind of stick to something, and the primer for me just isn't really enough, and the translucent powder really helps me stay matte and full coverage all day. So that's what it looks like at the end. And you see I just wet my sponge. This is NARS. You can't really see, my bad. It's NARS New Caledonia. I'll put everything in the bottom, all the details of all the products, obviously. So what I'm showing you here, this kind of walkthrough tutorial I'd love to give you, is the way that I go about distributing the foundation all over my skin. And look, sis, look, that shit is beautiful. Sorry for cursing, but that is really nice. It just melts right into my skin, and that right there is why I do the translucent powder. You really can't even get better than that. Like, if you're gonna be on the set all day and you're gonna be around bright lights, or you're gonna be sweating, or any way where the oil is gonna seep through into that foundation, you need to put the translucent powder. The next thing I do, don't laugh, but I actually don't even have blush, but I do plan on getting some. Recommendations, please. But I just use the eyeshadow palette by Morphe, and I just blush that on my cheeks, and it works for me. I really don't have any issues, no problems with it, but I just put blush on my cheeks and blend that in with a nice fluffy brush. So nothing crazy, but I do love to add a little bit of color, because once you are matte like that, you look a little flat. And then same thing with my contour. I literally just take a brown contour and find those cheek lines, sis, and you know, drag it out, drag it out, drag it out. I'm just kidding, but yeah, I just take it, follow the cheek line, follow that cheekbone, also follow the brim, and then I just drag. And I specifically use a contour brush. Like, sis, when I found this contour brush, I didn't even know what else to do. I just love it. It's amazing. Get it. Then I take my highlighter, and I do not use, I repeat, do not use a fan brush. When you're trying to add that pigmentation, I simply just use like a little eyeshadow, some kind of brush that I can concentrate it to, and then brush it side to side. I also get my nose and get under the brim of my nose. I don't really get on my nose because I have more of a round nose, so I want it to reflect a little bit more square for a sis. And then I get the top of my lip. I got this Way of Ya. I'm just giving a shout out. That freaking amazing upper gold lip Cupid's bow. Ooh, boo, you really gave me the life with that. So at Way of Ya, check him out for that Cupid's bow highlight tip. And then I just blend it all out. Bait, beat, blend, beat, face, slay, what you know. Time for brows. And really throw the brows on. I can't even express to you. They get on pretty messy, but nothing like a good concealer to fix and slay your brows. Trust me. So find that point, find that line, get your concealer, and then really define those brows. When you do that, you really get a seamless finish. So I just define it, line that brow, figure where I want that arch, see where I want that point. And for me personally, I absolutely love, I can't repeat enough, love a bushy eyebrow. I work at Ulta, so for me, the Benefit Brow Bar has really like changed my life. Just kidding. It's really changed my life. I do really like the way that their brows come out. They keep them full, they keep them nice. So I just love a bushy, thick, full caterpillar eyebrow, but like defined at the bottom. So I do that to the other eyebrow. That eyebrow, I don't even know what I was thinking, sis. I freaking threw that eyebrow on. It looks freaking crazy. It's so thick. It's not even a joke. Literally, look how thick that eyebrow is. Anyways, so like I said, draw the line to find the point, and then find the arch, and then draw a line right under that front corner, inside corner, and then take your brush it upwards and really find those feathers because I like to make my eyebrows look really feathery and full. And then simply take the concealer, conceal. Anyways, like I asked you guys earlier, what's your New Year's resolution? What are you really thinking about doing? What do you want? What do you see yourself finishing 2020? I mean, this is a real change. We're really going into a new year astrologically, zodiacs. Your whole life is going to be different, and that's if you make the decisions to do that. So let's start with everybody giving me what your New Year's resolution is. Like I told you, mine is to get good skin. You see, my skin would be a flawless finish if I didn't have these little acne bumps. So any tips, recommendations? That's my New Year's resolutions. What's yours? Now, pretty much you see me doing my eyelashes. I start with applying the glue, letting it sit, and as you saw, I actually used 2 wispy lashes together and kind of offset it by about 3 different lash squares because I have big eyes and I like a little bit of a fuller lash, even when I'm doing that day to night look. I just love it. But I always apply some mascara first because I just have crazy curly lashes and I need to tame these things. Everybody always asks me, how do you put your lashes on? Sis, this is the tip. Let it dry if you're using the gray to black for about 45 seconds to a minute. If you're using the white to clear, then about 30 to 45 seconds. Once you do that, apply it straight in the middle. Go from outside corner to inside corner and you're lashed up. Next, you can't see and I'm so sorry, sis. I just apply some liquid eyeliner to my bottom waterline. But like I said, apply from the center and then do the outside corner, inside corner first. I just kind of align it and then I press it in. The next thing you see is a flat little tweezers. I press my lashes into the lash line and I try and blend it seamlessly. That is the trick. All I can tell you to do, ladies, is practice. Okay? It took me a very long time to get decent before I really started to take off. So just practice. You can do it. Take your time. And don't worry if you need to blink. Just blink slow and, don't make any sudden movements because you don't want to poke yourself in the eye either. So that's my disclaimer. Anywho, I take my wrap off because I was trying to lay my baby hairs for y'all. Look at that, little curly cues. And then I just take some really nice nude lip gloss, apply it to the center, and then I take my brown, and then that's how I blend it. I actually don't do it the other way because when I do the brown first and the nude second, then I put too much nude and it looks really weird. So that is another lip tip. Look at that. And then I decide, why not do a little extra, because you can kind of see my line of demarcation for the lash line. So I wanted to put a little bit of color, and I had a little, fuchsia in my shirt. So I thought I'd put a little fuchsia for you on my eyelids. So, I sprayed my setting spray, like, how it's the end of everything first, instead of having to spray my brush, because what that does is it helps for my eyeshadow not to fall onto my face when I do it like this, and so I can quickly put on and apply some eyeshadow. So that's another little $1 billion tip for you ladies if you have to apply eyeshadow really quickly. And then you can do another layer. So another awesome tip is layer your setting spray like after you do your base phase, after you've done your highlight, blush, and contour, after you've applied, your nice loose powder, so that way you can apply your eyeshadow, and then at the very end. So there's all these awesome ways to do a really quick base face. And then I just, lightly dust everything in to make it a flawless finish. And there you go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love you all. This is Chrissy Slays, and I'll see you soon.